I'm Anil Kumar, and in this series, we have taken a few questions which will help you to get good marks in aptitude tests like GRE, GMAT, SAT, etc. Now, the question here is how to find next multiple. Now, we'll start with a very general statement and it says dividing n by m results in the remainder r. Determine the next multiple of m greater than n, right? So we'll have this kind of a statement in such an aptitude test. You may get lost in n, m, and r. To solve such a question, let us understand the basics. So what I will do here is I will take n as a prime number. So if I take n as a prime number, then I can divide by anything. I'll always get a remainder, and we'll try to see which number closest to that prime number is multiple of m, right? The next number. So let's begin by taking the prime number 13. So I'm taking n as equals to 13, and we'll take different values of m to experiment. So let us take first m as equals to, let us say 4, right? So dividing n by m, it means 13 divided by 4. So what do you get? You get 4 times 3 is 12, so you get 3, and then you get a remainder which is 1. So r in this case is 1, correct? Now you do get a remainder, but what is the next multiple of 4 which is greater than 13? We know 4 times 3 is 12 and 4 times 4 is 16. So the next multiple is actually 16, right? So what we will do in this particular table, we will write the next multiple here. So we say next multiple, right? So, okay. So, and these are our remainders, right? So these are remainders r's. Let us experiment with another number. Let us say m equals to 5. In that case, 13 divided by 5 is two whole numbers. 5 times 2 is 10 plus a remainder of 3, right? And what we really know is greater than 13 is 15, which is a multiple of 5. So we know that. We'll write 15 here. Okay. Let's take m as equal to let us say 6 this time. Okay, so 13 divided by 6. So 6 times 2 is 12, remainder is 1. And the next multiple of 13, which a next multiple of 6, which is greater than 13, is 18, right? So we'll write 18 here. And let's take m equals to 7. So we are just experimenting with few values. Let this be the last one, okay? So 7 times 2 is 14, so it is 1, and the remainder is 6. And we know the next number is 14 for us. So that is how we kind of get an idea. Now, how is this next multiple related with 13, 4, and the remainder? This is what you have to figure out. How is this number related with 13, 4, and this? This is how you have to see. And same relation should be between the next numbers, correct? So if you see, then 4 minus 1 is what? 4 minus 1 is 3, and if I add that 3 to 13, I get 16. Do you get this? 5, so what I am saying is that 4 minus 1 is 3, and I add that to 13 to get my result, right? Here I will do 5 minus 3. 5 minus 3 is 2, and if I add 2 to 13, I get 15, right? So here I have 6 minus, remainder has to be smaller than m, right? So it makes sense. 6 minus 1 is 5, which I add to 13 to get the next number. And here I get 6, which is to be taken away from 7. So if I add that to 13, I get 14. So the rule which we just found is kind of what? What are these numbers? 4, 5, 6, 7. These are those m's, divisors, right? So that becomes m, and these numbers are my remainders. So m minus r plus the original number n gives us the next multiple. Do you see that? So we kind of get a rule here, correct? So now it is simpler. So in general, you can say dividing n by m results in a remainder r. Determine the next multiple of m greater than n. So now we know that the next multiple should be, take the difference between the divisor and the remainder and add it to the number itself, right? So that is basically difference between divisor and the remainder, right? So when you add that to the original number, you get the next multiple. Is that okay? So that is how you get the next multiple. So I hope that helps. So this is a very important question, and you'll find a question where this rule will be applicable in these competitive exams. I hope that helps. I'm Anil Kumar. You can subscribe to my videos and learn a lot. Thank you and all the best.